All right, let's take a live look outside from the WJZ Outback right now. A line of strong storms moving through the area right now.
Taking a live look from the Mobile 13 in Baltimore County right now, where the storm has moved through, leaving very wet roads and some damage behind.
Yeah, you didn't see, it wasn't raining right now in the Outback, but about 20 minutes
we saw it was
ago, the room was pouring.
We got to talk about the change. It was also 86 degrees. We had the rain, we had the wind, now in the 70s, barely raining. Storms have done their job, so to speak, kind of zapping some of the energy out of the atmosphere and hopefully reducing the risk of additional severe storms west of where storms have already blasted through as we get into the later evening hours. Now, there are still storms moving through. Storms are still packing a punch, and as you can see on First Alert Radar, there are additional storms to our west. Meteorologist Steve Sostin and I watching those closely, but right now the worst of the weather really up in northeast Maryland, where you see this kind of backwards here, this kind of bowing out, kind of the pushing out of the rain there. You can quite literally see that on the upper reaches of Chesapeake Bay, coastal Harford County, really south of Bel Air, and then building back into portions of coastal and Bayside portions of Cecil County, and then right along the Kent and Cecil County lines. That is where the worst of the weather has been and probably is going to be. This particular spot for the next 30 to 35 minutes. We'll go ahead and track this out for you. Moving quickly, as Denise and Nikki were just saying, you know, it was terrible looking outside up here on TV Hill at the Outback, but only for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then conditions improve. So once it crosses the Delaware state line, it's out of our area, but Bacon Hill by 5:34, weather going downhill. Colonial Acres 5:38 into the Towson community by 5:45 in the evening. That is the strongest storm of the bunch, but there are additional storms capable of producing gusty winds about to cross over the bay and be on the eastern shore. So just because you're not attached or being impacted by that particular storm, there are additional strong and severe thunderstorms to the south. That risk of severe weather is with us for at least the next couple of hours, but I think we've kind of seen that peak, and slowly we'll see that pare down as we get closer to sunset. You were just looking at actual radar where it's raining. This is where it's forecast to be raining over the next few hours. Notice storms on the eastern shore, hopefully weakening just a little bit, but that risk of severe weather is certainly there all the way to the Delaware state line, really all the way to the beaches of Jersey, Delaware, and coastal Maryland. Now notice at 8 p.m. there are additional showers and storms moving through Baltimore according to this particular computer model. Those are the showers we were just showing you out in western Maryland. So they're already popping up. Possibility is there for some more brief downpours, gusty winds, and perhaps a severe storm or two. The greatest threat will continue to be from damaging wind gusts 60, 70 miles an hour at times. We've had radar estimate winds up to 80 miles per hour west of D.C. this evening. And in addition to that, possibility of some small hail, torrential rain, and a brief tornado cannot be ruled out, but the risk is low. Bottom line, have at least one way to be alerted to severe weather. Overnight tonight, from Middle River down to Reisterstown, up to Reisterstown, Sparks, and over to Timonium, temperatures in the low to mid 60s. So we're going to wake up a little cooler tomorrow morning. You saw the flashes of lightning in the graphic. That's for this evening. Relatively quiet overnight tonight. 64 your wake up temperature in Baltimore, 68 Lexington Park, 63 in Hagerstown, and tomorrow back to more sunshine. The slightest chance of a shower, mainly north of the Pennsylvania state line. Temperatures warming back into the mid to upper 80s tomorrow, and humidity, well, we'll call it in check. It may be a little bit on the muggy side, but not too bad. 86 Hagerstown, your high, 86 La Plata, Cambridge 85, 85 in Easton, and a mostly dry Friday. Now for the first day of AFRAM, it's already going to be hot out there, but dry with lots of sunshine in the first alert forecast. Hottest between 3 and 6 p.m. Temperatures hotter than 90, and while humidity is relatively low Saturday, for day 2 of AFRAM, not only just a temperature soar, but the risk of humidity causing even hotter feels-like temperatures is in the forecast too. Again, hottest 3 to 6 o'clock in the afternoon, right when everyone's out there. Stay hydrated, find some shade. And then as we get into our Monday, temperatures again nearing 100 degrees. Same story Tuesday and Wednesday. First alert weather days just for the heat. People need to use caution outside.
Oh, absolutely.
Hello, Baltimore summer.
This is our first real taste from cool to something, you know, kind of unusually hot.
Yeah, it was
Unusually.
inevitable.
Ooh, understatement.
Yeah.
All right.